Welcome to Wales. I mean, it's got its faults, hasn't it, Chris? But Wales is a beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful place.
Bloody great place.
Now, I think it's a sign of the times, but this year, for me personally, and a lot of people, these two bikes, we've got the KTM 790 Adventure and the Tenere 700, Yamaha Tenere 700. These two bikes are probably right up there with the bikes of 2019. I think you agree?
Yeah, they're going to be popular, they're going to sell well, aren't they? And they're certainly catching everyone's sort of interest.
Yeah.
And people want to know how they compare. Shall we tell them?
Shall we tell them?
Shall we do that?
And we've also got a bit of a wild card. So the KTM is a lot more expensive, we'll get to that later, than the Yamaha. But we've got a bit of a wild card in the 790 Adventure R. And that is far better off-road apparently. It's got better suspension, far better electronics, and that's the price difference, and that's what makes it the R. So that's a bit of a wild card. That's in the background. We're going to bring that out later on, but for now we got a day of on-road and we've got a day of off-road. Both bikes are fitted with Bridgestone AX41s, and we're going to have some fun. Now, as soon as Chris, the other Chris, Eads, had a whiff of off-road, he backed down like a...
There was a whiff from his bottom.
Yeah, exactly. So
he got scared at the prospect of falling off the bloody thing.
So we've bought the Wellard Chris, and we're going to have some fun, aren't we?
I hope so, yeah. I mean, these are the bikes to have an adventure on, aren't they?
Exactly.
They will live up to their name, I am sure. AX41s, dual purpose tyre, suitable for a bit of this really, bit of road, bit of off-road.
Bit of everything, yeah. I mean, they're very knobbly. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can get away with in Mick Extance's place, because they're both bikes have, like I said, we've ridden them in isolation, both of them. We've done a fair few miles on both of them. But it's time to get them together, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they can do. So
shall we go and have some of this stuff beginning with F? Fun.
Say?
I need either a shit or a fart. I think I can sneak a fart out, but there is massive
risk involved.
Well, you know the story at me house, don't you, when I did that?
No,
and a fucking chod of shit just flew out my arse onto my lino floor. There was a dull thud as it made contact. I thought, messed up my calculations there. That wasn't what I expected. So I picked it up with a fish slice and put it in the cup.
Right.
I'll tell you, man, my sausages tasted a bit odd from then on. Right, we're now going to be serious and talk about these bikes.
Tell you what, there aren't many places that are better to come and ride bikes than in Wales. I know Wales have got their faults, but this is special. When you think of KTM, you don't necessarily think smooth, but this is the epitome of smooth. The throttle connection is just delicious. Sure, you can change it and you can faff around, unlike the Yamaha where you've got no modes, no electronics, nothing. This can be played with, and I don't just love being played with, I love being played with. Yeah. You get a bus through there, mate, and just like that we are at Lake Vyrnwy. Wow. Not a bad way to start the morning, that. Me Fanwy. Look at the tail on either. Oh, someone's dropped their alloy wheel. To be fair, I generally thought that was an alloy wheel then. Now this is KTM's middleweight little adventure bike, but it's still naughty. It's still a naked bike, really. It doesn't have that sort of rally slag feeling of the Yamaha. The sort of ergonomics of the Yamaha does feel very much like a naked bike still. I'm lost. That's part of the adventure. This is where this bike really comes into its own, I think. The sort of faster, wider, sweeping corners, where you can use this engine, you can use this power. You know, it's not as agile as a Tenere, simple as that. Oh, he's on it, let's have it. It still feels, as I said earlier, it still feels like a naked bike. And what I mean by that is yes it's taller, yes it's more adventure-y, but it's got that intrinsic KTM thing where it feels tight, compact, solid, pretty much unlike any other adventure bike, and yet it does what it does. Grease balls. This is beautiful. Beautiful, mate. Oh yes, mate. Anyway, enough of this clean living. It's time to get down and dirty, baby. We're going to the Mick Extance experience, and we're not experiencing it. We're going to his fine land, and gonna get some mud on us, spin some roost up, and oh dear, my love. Where's he going? He's turned the wrong way. Yeah, sit there, mate. And see what these bikes are all about off-road. Here we are, sports fans. Oh, try not to pull away in fourth. And here's the time to assess the AX41, sorry, and put them in their right environment. Yes, they're good on road, but this is where it really excels. Fucking hell. This bloody thing, I tell you what, electronics, they're brilliant. So you have to faff around fucking turning them back on and off every time you turn the ignition off. Oh, it's so annoying. Whereas that, you just get on it and ride the bloody thing. Bloody thing, bloody hell, bloody thing. Right, let's see where Mick's going to take us. I've got to say, I'm rather jealous of Mossy at the moment. That Yamaha is certainly for taller riders, and I don't count myself as tall, but it's way more like the road. It's way more friendly. Bloody hell, oh my god. Yes, way more comfortable, way more intuitive off-road in terms of ergonomics. Ooh. Oh god, mud. Oh, deep. We're in here deep night. Oh god. Which way do they go? This way? Oh, mummy! Was it this way? Oh god, oh, am I just completely lost now? Oh, oh you fucker! Oh you bastard! How these bikes are doing what they're doing is pretty incroyable. Oh my god, what are you doing to us, Mick? Oh, Mossy, piss off. Let's start off with the road then, let's go chronologically. Instant thoughts, let's start with the Yamaha.
Well, I rode it up to Mick's gaff,
yep,
about 130 miles, and you know what? Instant thoughts were non-existent. It just did it. No complaints. It works, it handles, it was comfy. Seat was a bit tall for me, actually. The one I tested in Spain, I'd forgotten. I asked for what? A special needs seat,
yeah. It was a lower, much lower. Yeah. And this is why we got Mossy here, because he is vertically challenged, and you know, it brings another aspect to the testing.
I'm challenged in many other ways,
exactly.
Of course. No, it made the trip. I would have gone to Scotland.
Yeah.
I'd go to Spain on it right now.
It's super comfy, isn't it? I love the engine. I love the fact that the throttle there's no ride-by-wire nasties or idiosyncrasies. You just get on it. You don't have to think about rider modes, anything like that. It's just,
do you know what? It's just a simple, honest motorbike that you warm to because of those virtues.
Yeah. And again, when you go back to back with the 790, it's sort of much lighter. It dances on top of it, springs a little bit better, and it just feels more agile. And
yeah. I mean, it feels, I don't know what the weight difference is, but it feels like it's about 30 kilos.
It does,
like that.
yeah.
I mean, it's definitely helped by its dimensions, I think. This is a very slim motorbike, isn't it?
Very, very slim.
And do you remember on the launch, you turned off a road onto a trail, there's no adjustments.
No, exactly.
And it coped, you know. It's a proper dual-purpose motorbike.
I love the fact, I mean, looks are subjective and we shouldn't concentrate too much on it, but it looks mean, especially with the AX40 ones on. It does look like it means business.
We've just been told by a fan of off-road looking bikes that they make it chunky,
exactly,
make it look purposeful, make it look as though you're actually off somewhere far and wide.
But it looks, you know, that sort of rally slag front end. It looks like a Dakar bike, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, its shortfalls really on the off-road segments don't really tend to be highlighted on road, do they? On the tarmac.
No.
The suspension feels half decent. It's only when you really start get it bouncing, you think, okay, this is a bike that costs 8,399, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the rest of it, the brakes feel okay. You know, it's
off-road had a bit of an issue.
We're not talking about off-road, Mossy.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Let's just
we'll
keep it simple.
We'll do that later.
You know.
I'll tell you though, it is a bike to get a bit excited about, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, we'll come to the most exciting thing and dwell on that in due course, because it has one absolutely winning virtue, doesn't it? I mean, it's a bit little to me, you know. That's Sainsbury's.
Yes, okay.
And we're going to come to a Waitrose bike in a minute.
Yeah.
But I just like the fact that it doesn't pretend to be anything it's not. It's got hand guards, it's got a bash plate, it's ready to go, isn't it?
Yep. So on to the KTM then. I mean, again, having ridden them in isolation, I honestly thought the KTM would absolutely chew the Yamaha. That wasn't the case, you know. Yes, when you break it down objectively, it's faster, it handles better. Yeah. You know, it's got
toys as well.
It's got toys.
Hasn't it?
It's got major toys, and this is the thing. It's got an electronics arsenal that some people would prefer to have. But again, with the Yamaha, don't be put off by the fact that it hasn't got traction control. Don't be put off by the fact that it hasn't got all these fancy toys, because it doesn't need it.
Well,
it doesn't. It doesn't need it. No.
Okay.
I don't think it does.
I've been told it doesn't need it.
I don't think it does.
Therefore,
I don't think it does.
It's fine without toys. I'm happy to say.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm happy to say that. And we'll come to that issue.
Okay.
Or what I'm gagging to discuss in due course. It's just. I tell you get on it though, and it just feels like of greater quality, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It's a step up.
Without question. There's a poise about it. Just a good solid feel. You can tell that it feels more expensive.
Yeah.
Do you know why that is? Because it is.
Yeah.
But you're sort of getting what you pay for a bit. You know, I'd go to Scotland on this, as I said, but I'd probably choose that over this for the road stuff, you know.
Before we get to the practicalities, I mean, it still feels like a naked bike, in my opinion. You know, the bars are low. It's got that sort of stiff, planted chassis, whereas the Yamaha feels like a rally bike wherever it is. And this feels like it's, you know, still a very much naked bike. Obviously, it's got all the toys, and let's go to the practicalities, because you know you're talking about going to Austria or riding to the Alps and this thing. For starters, luggage. I mean, as standard, this thing will take luggage. You know, it's got a massive rear area. The fuel, I mean, I think it's another 5-6 litres on top of the Yamaha.
Yeah, much bigger range.
Much bigger range. The screen is bigger.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a better thing. And going to that point about the KTM's being still feels like a bit of a naked bike. I mean, obviously it's got all the adventure ancillaries and stuff, but it's, you know, like I said, it feels stiff and it feels more planted, and it feels more of a...
There's a more assured
feeling. Yeah, definitely.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
I helped you with your words.
And it's
He
sportier.
needs help sometimes, this lad. He's generally there, but he's not complete just yet.
It's sportier. It's more. It's just KTM, isn't it? I think regardless of whether you dress it
those
however
three
you
letters,
like.
Those three letters say a lot, don't they?
You can dress it up whichever way you like, but it's still a really raucous, naughty little sausage.
They know how to build bloody motorbikes, don't they? You know, they've been at building some of the finest sort of dual-purpose off-road adventure bikes for donkeys.
So let's get onto the off-road, because this is a bit. I'm not saying that no adventure riders ride their bikes off-road, but it's certainly becoming more prevalent, I think. I think more and more people will start to do this because of bikes like these. You can do it. It's just
Yeah,
as proven yesterday. We went to the Mick Extance place, and you know, we took it to places where these bikes really shouldn't be taken. In all honesty,
I took it to places like that and got stuck actually.
I think the KTM, its biggest shortfall off-road, certainly when you're stopping and starting, is the fact that you have to reset the electronics every time. That really grinded my gears yesterday. Really
You
did.
wanted to say something harsher there,
I did.
you?
On the flip side, the ABS, mate. How good is that ABS?
I'll tell you, you have to try it, don't you? Right, it saved me yesterday.
Yeah.
I came to the end of the ride. We were just on a gravel road, going a bit sharpish. It was all done and dusted. There's one more corner to go. And I sort of just totally misjudged it. And the bottom did fly.
It opened.
Oh, man.
Trap door would open.
I thought down into that fence, that's the end of this game, you know. And then I remembered from previous experience at Sweet Lamb recently where I just took the mick out of this thing. You can grab a massive handful. This is on a loose surface and it just goes, don't worry, Mossy, just don't worry, we'll get you round. And it does. If I was on this, I would have been off it.
Yeah.
Because it's too intrusive.
Yeah.
And
even on the off-road ABS setting,
yeah.
it's not good enough.
It's a bit of a
No.
weakness, really. I think I'd be trying to take a fuse out, you know.
Yes. From an off-road point of view, the Yamaha's kind of, the way it makes you feel at home straight away and so intuitive, the riding position is just far superior to this. I know KTM reckon this is the more road bias version, and the R, which we'll come to later.
Well, if you weren't of standard physical dimensions, you wouldn't have an issue with it.
No, but it's still for a lot of people. Those
Shorties
bars are too
like
low.
me are okay, but
that
yeah, if you're
feels
tall,
that is a proper rally bike. You just get on it, you know, and you feel like you're in control. Whereas that, you sort of, I don't know, it just feels awkward.
I mean, did you feel like you were crouching? You didn't have full movement then?
No, and it didn't. It just felt like I was riding a naked bike off road.
Did you have full movement after that meal we had at that hotel?
I did. Yeah.
I had repeated movements of full nature.
Regardless, without traction control, I think the Yamaha has better mechanical grip from the rear. And then whether that's the fact that there's more power, more torque, it's a livelier engine.
It is livelier, isn't
it's
it?
definitely livelier.
Yeah.
Whereas the Yamaha, you have full control in your right hand. You know, it's the fact that every single throttle increment equates to something going on with the engine, rather than KTM. It's sort of like sometimes can be a bit of an on-off switch.
Can you adjust things
you can.
from a power point of view?
Yeah. But again, you know, you don't have to think about it with the Yamaha. You just get on it and ride it.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. The KTM has vast adjustability. You can choose lots of different options. But yeah, and go back to the Yamaha's kind of sort of lightweight flickability nature. That again, off-road, it comes to shine, doesn't it?
Big stuff. I mean, you know, that's what gave me confidence on it straight away.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like something you had to sort of take time to master. You know, that slimness. Light is right off-road, isn't it?
Yeah.
And even if it's just a light feel or lightness in your mind created by sort of slimmer dimensions, you're just going to warm to it and feel more confident sooner. And that's exactly what I did on this.
I think, you know, all of its downfalls on the road. If you're talking performance, you know, the lack of power compared to the KTM.
Do you know what?
Range,
do you know what? When
it goes out the window.
Yeah,
it
when I
goes
rode
out the
up
window.
the wheels, I didn't say give me more power.
No, sure.
When we were sort of showing off for the camera a bit, it was pinned a lot.
Yeah.
And you sort of went, But for a bike of this type, it'd be wrong to.
No.
But do you know what? There's something about power, though, isn't there, that's just properly seductive. And when that rushes.
If these two bikes and we went into the same areas, you could do pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, they are.
I mean, let me ask
good.
you a key question which will hopefully lead to the bit I want to discuss at greater length. Which is the better bike? It's this one, isn't it?
It is.
Because it's got more power, because it handles a bit better, because it's better equipped.
Yeah.
It's got a better base setting and it's in a better position subsequently.
Yeah.
In terms of luggage, etc.
To deliver everything.
Yeah. I'll tell you another thing I really like about it as well, before anything else, low seat.
Again.
That makes a massive difference to me.
You were struggling, weren't you, yesterday?
I can be at times, yeah.
But yeah, sorry, you were going to say on to your point.
Right, but...
Yes, it's a better bike.
Yeah.
Yes, it's got better equipment.
Yeah. And
yes,
you get what you pay for, but God. Right, shall I Shall I break the news?
Let's do it.
This bike costs £2,600 more than this one. And there's your debate.
Yeah. But of course, you know, the Yamaha certainly isn't perfect off-road. And, you know, that the suspension, and the brakes as well, and the ABS, the suspension really does hit you in the arse.
It does.
You know, even on the gravel roads.
I like the way you put that. I mean, it's a bit uncomfortable and it feels crude, doesn't it?
It does. It feels soft initially and then it goes boom hard and it hits the bottom.
Yeah, but do you know what? At no point did I go, that's rubbish, I need to change that. If I owned it, I might... I think, well, listen, we were
if you're riding in isolation, yes, fine. But, if you swap him back and forth, the KTM suspension...
But it's better. It's better.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about
Yeah.
it. But does it need to be as good as...
I mean,
as
maybe
this?
I'm heavier than you, maybe. But
Nobody's
I
heavy.
did struggle.
You are now, aren't you?
I did struggle, certainly, even on the gravel, on the...
Struggle?
Yes.
Ah.
Mate,
What, was it kicking or...?
It's kicking and it's,
Right, okay.
you know, it lacks the
Doesn't
sort of
have that
damping.
control,
No,
does it?
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, struggle is the wrong word,
Yeah.
but it's palpably far cheaper and less effective, less sort
It's
of
where
plush.
they've saved some money, isn't
Exactly,
it? Yeah.
exactly. And you can't argue with that because of the fact that...
I daren't argue with it now that you're on your bloody high horse, lad.
Because
no,
of the
you can
fact-
tell the difference.
But, you know,
I wasn't bothered. I just kept thinking of why it's so cheap.
no, and that
In
leads us on
feel.
to this point.
Yeah.
Going back to
Why?
that point, KTM, it's faster, it's better equipped, it's got all the toys, it's a better bike in general. It will get you, you know, it will. I'm not saying it's for everyone, but it's a better bike in general, and that's because it is
£2,600 more expensive than the Yamaha Tenere. Like I said, you get what you pay for, but God, you paid a lot more.
a lot more. Or you could buy better suspension for the Yamaha.
I think really you can keep it as it is and just appreciate the value of the thing. It's an enormously fantastic value.
It is. I think.
It's an absolute steal,
I
isn't
can't
it?
think of a bike, and I can because it was a Yamaha. But remember when the MT-07
Yeah,
and the
man,
MT-09
yeah,
came
yeah.
out,
You went,
and it was
what?
£5,000
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something stupid. And a proper adventure bike that can do what that Tenere 700 can do for just over £8,000 is insane. It shouldn't be allowed in today's market.
You need to put the prices up, lads. You're doing yourselves out of some money. You could charge £9.5 and still get away with it.
It's a cracking bike. It really is.
Well,
I mean,
would it be fair to say that it was better than you expected it to be?
Far better.
Yeah, I thought
far
so.
better.
Yeah.
Honestly, I couldn't say which one I'd buy because there is one massive issue here,
Go on.
and that is the KTM 790 Adventure R.
Oh, yeah. Have we come to the Waitrose?
We'll come to the Waitrose.
Of the bikes. Mm.
Oh, the motocross track on the 790 R. I mean, this is not just a little bit better off-road than the stock one. It's so much better. Oh, what an absolute joy. Whoa! Ooh. The suspension makes the Yamaha look like a Tonka toy. This is exquisite. So this thing really gives
Go
me
on, one more
a chubby,
really.
a
Go
chubby,
on,
a
a
really.
chubby?
I mean,
Are we allowed to say that on the TV screens? A chubby?
I think this bike, I was adamant that the Tenere 700 on the launch was the ultimate do-it-all dual-purpose bike. But having ridden this yesterday and the day before, honestly, I think I can't think of a better bike. I honestly can't. The suspension, yes, it costs £1,000 more. Is it £1,000 more than the?
It's £900 more, this bike.
So for that, you get the suspension, which is so much better. I mean, it's plusher, it does everything better on road. Controlled, better off road. I mean, it soaks up bumps that the other two felt all day long.
And you feel it instantly, don't you?
Yeah.
You just get an instant positive impression, don't you? An instant love for it.
Exactly. I mean, apart from the suspension, you do get the rally pack.
Yeah, and if you said that was £1,000, I mean, you're effectively getting this for, I don't know, it's just a foolish thing not to buy this over the standard one, isn't it?
No, exactly.
Apart from the seat height, that's the only thing that was an issue for me. It's a bit bloody tall because of the longer travel suspension. And I think the seat's higher as well.
It is,
isn't it?
yeah.
I dare say something could be done to accommodate my slight frame, but from a riding point of view, yeah, proper.
And a big thing for me, which again I didn't like on the stock 790, was the fact that it's higher, the bars are higher, there's more of an attacking riding position, it feels more comfortable off-road, whereas the stock one didn't. And this is exactly the stuff at Mick's place, this is exactly what this bike was designed to do, as well as do the stuff on the road. Because
would you buy it if you weren't doing so much off-road stuff? I think you probably would, actually. It's better value, isn't it?
It is.
It's more expensive, but it's better value.
Yeah, yeah.
Just coming to that, you know, it's £1 short of 12 grand.
Yeah.
Would you?
Again, when you look at the Tenere and think, well,
it's £3,600 more than the Tenere. I was wrong about the standard adventure. That's £2,700 more.
Okay.
So it's still a massive chunk of cash that you need to find to afford this thing. Is it worth it in your book?
If I had the money, I'd buy this. As simple as that. But £3,600 is a lot of money, and you can't deny the fact that you can't quantify. You can't say that this is £3,600 better than the Yamaha. But this is the winner for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's a fantastic bike to ride, but that Yamaha, I just don't know how they've managed to make something so good for that little money. And I don't know, I just expect it for proper adventurers who want a more simple arrangement, don't need a lot of the electronics and stuff that this offers. I think they'll probably opt for the Yamaha. I don't know. What do we know?
But, and this is a crucial point, Yamaha lost a hell of a lot of sales
by
delaying it and teasing it and blah, blah.
Yeah.
Whereas
it's a bit of a cock-up, actually, that, isn't it?
It is, it was.
You know, they started giving it the big I am with this new bike, and then it wasn't ready, was it?
No.
I mean, I think people are still waiting for them now, aren't they?
Who knows?
That was nearly me, that, you know. I'll tell you, I've enjoyed the test. I've certainly enjoyed thinking about, you know, what's what and what's better and, you know, why it's better and whether it's worth it. I think they'll all do well. They're proper adventure bikes, aren't they? They're not just for showing off on. These can take you, you know, especially if you're a good rider, they'll take you anywhere. We went to places that we bloody shouldn't yesterday, that the designers of these bikes probably didn't really expect to be taken.
And I think it almost raises the question as to why you want anything bigger. You know, the 1290s, the Africa 1100s, the sort of bigger, badass adventure bikes.
You need to be Chris Birch, don't you?
You do.
Google him.
You do.
Google Chris Birch and look at his videos. That sort of bloke can ride anything, can't he?
Say no to slow.